Good morning. I'm Lori Glenn. Welcome to session 2 of our Merry Month of Meditation together. So, in session 1, which was on Friday, we started with a little bit of instruction and a really short practice, about a 6-minute meditation. In that meditation, we practiced just noticing the generalities of our current experience. So, the sounds around us, the temperature, any sensations in the body, all with the focus as our breath as the undercurrent to the practice that was always there to come back to. So today's practice, we will deepen our experience of the breath as the anchor of our practice, as well as expand into more feeling the sensations of our bodies. So our bodies can be a really immediate way to get present, right? They can be our most immediate experience of the current moment. But they also can, when the sensations are really strong, take us out of the experience of the rest of the moment. So this is a good example with chronic pain. When we get too focused on the pain, we can actually lose the rest of our experience because we're so focused and so one-sided on that thing. So being able to experience the body without getting caught up in it is a great skill to have. So remembering that the key to mindfulness is bringing this quality of presence that is kind, compassionate, and that has respect for what you're experiencing and is non-judgmental. So there's the 2 wings of mindfulness, as my teachers like to reference them. First is recognizing what's happening, so the sensations in the body we'll work with today. And then secondarily, allowing them with that presence of kindness, compassion, and respect. And no judgment. So to meditate is not to fight with oneself. So it's important to be able to feel what's going on, to experience it without pushing it away or pulling towards it. So in reference to actually taking your seat on the cushion or wherever you choose to sit today, you may find that after a couple minutes, you maybe get uncomfortable. Maybe a pain comes up and maybe there's an itch or your leg starts to go numb and you really are drawn to move and you're sucked into that experience and you need to move. The instruction is to first recognize what's going on, see if you can allow it with that quality of kind, compassionate, non-judgmental presence. And then if the sensation starts to really hijack your experience, by all means go ahead and move, but just do so mindfully. So as we start to notice sensations today, the first thing to do, again, with that first wing of mindfulness is to notice what you're experiencing and to see if you can give it a little bit of space. If you've ever been to, I'll use this example, a concert or a festival or an event where there's a lot of people and you've kind of got to, put your elbows out a little bit to make a little space for yourself to get through. Think of this is what you're doing for your sensations, for your experience. You're kind of creating a little elbow space around it so that it has a little room to breathe, so it has a little space to expand, so it's not contracted and confined and rigid. And then again, acknowledging it. And I'll give you a tool to use today that might be helpful and it may not, so explore it. As you feel a sensation, practice naming that sensation. If it's pain, you might say pain. If it's numbness, you might say numbness. And as you name it, oftentimes it will lose a little bit of its power. And then again, the last part is bringing that quality of presence, kind, compassionate, non-judgmental. So if an experience gets to be too much, we always have the breath as an anchor to come back to. You can imagine your experience is the waves of the ocean. You are the boat on the ocean. Your breath is the anchor, which keeps you rooted. So as your boat gets bobbed out into maybe a really dramatic experience, the big waves, you can always pull yourself back to anchor and center and ground. So one last thing to remember is to please note on your timer when the actual meditation starts so that when you come back to this between now and next Monday, the idea, remember, is to practice each day this meditation. And if you don't do it every day, it doesn't happen, but give it a try so that when you come back to the meditation, you can skip the instruction and go straight to the practice. So As we become more skillful at this over the course of the holidays, when you start to have experiences and you feel like you're being taken away by them, you'll have that skill to come back to center, back to the anchor of the breath. And from there, you can choose your response skillfully rather than reacting to your experience. Okay, so let's practice. So please go ahead and take your seat. So allow yourself to sit in a way that supports an upright spine, a long, tall spine, and that supports alertness, but that is also comfortable and easeful. And then go ahead and gently let your eyes close. Let the jaw soften. Let the eyes relax behind the eyelids. See if you can relax your shoulders a little bit down and back. And then just doing a gentle yet quick scan of the body, noticing anywhere that there's tension, excessive tension that you could let go of. And as you notice those areas of tension, go ahead and relax that area, soften, letting go, letting go. And now bring your awareness to your breath. And notice the sensation of the breath as it moves in along the nostrils and down the back of the throat. Into the lungs, you might feel the chest rise, and you might feel the ribs get a little wider and the belly expand. And then as you exhale, notice the breath moving out. The belly might move back toward the spine. The ribs might move back toward the heart. And the sensation of the breath as it brushes along the back of the throat or the nostrils. So really beginning to tune into the quality, the experience, the sensation of your breath. You might even place a hand on the belly if that helps you to feel the breath a little more deeply. Feeling the inhale move underneath your hand as the belly expands. And the belly move back toward the spine on the exhale. All the while noting this is not a breath control practice, it's just an observation. So just noticing the breath. The breath has its own rhythm and its own unique flow. The breath really breathing itself. And you may perhaps, after time, have noticed already that the mind may have wandered. If you have noticed that, just go ahead and guide the mind back to the breath, back to the inhale and the exhale. Just like training a puppy, bringing the puppy back to sit and stay, time and again, time and again. And now as you begin to feel more strongly rooted with, anchored to the breath, knowing that it's always there to come back to as your anchor, as your point of stability. Begin to allow the mind to expand to sensations. And notice if there's anything that really stands out immediately in the body, any sensation that draws your attention, maybe strongly, maybe just more than other things. And as you begin to notice any strong sensations, let the awareness move from the breath to these areas. Pick one of sensation. Notice where you're feeling, what you're feeling. You might even name it. Heat or achiness, pressure, tingling. And then just like you imagined creating a little elbow space for yourself in a crowded room, imagine creating a little space around this sensation so that it can be there without being confined or pressured. A little space to breathe, per se. And with that quality of presence, that kind, compassionate quality, no judgment around the sensation, just allowing it to be exactly what it is. No problem. And you may find that the sensation shifts or resolves, or maybe disappears altogether, or maybe it gets a little stronger. Again, just being with the sensation without needing to change it or judge it. And then bringing your awareness gently back to the breath, back to the anchor, to feel the next inhale as it expands in the belly, and the exhale as it moves back out. The anchor of the breath bringing you right back to that stable presence rooted in the current experience of the moment. You might soften the eyes again. Maybe even bring a gentle ghost of a smile to the inside of the lips. And that might help you to soften the face, to soften the heart. Now expanding this time intentionally the net of your awareness, scanning through the body for any sensations that you feel that are a little bit strong, that are stronger than the others. There might be sensations of cold or heat, vibration or pressure, aches, tingling. And as you find these areas, just notice them. Again, that first wing of mindfulness, recognize. And then the second part is allowing, with that quality of loving kindness, compassion, allowing what's there just to be there. Give it space. You might gently name it. Feeling another full breath in and out. Knowing that you can experience all the sensations of your body, whether you perceive them as good, bad, or otherwise, without getting caught up in them. So lastly, just feel a couple more breaths, moving in and moving out, back to the anchor of the breath. All right, go ahead and gently open your eyes and come back. Welcome back. So I hope that experience was understandable and that you were able to get the concept of allowing something to be without needing to cling to it or push it away, and just allow the experience of your immediate moment. So again, please practice this if you can each day until next Monday. We'll meet again next Monday at 7 a.m. with a little bit more and a little bit extended practice. That was about 10 minutes, just so you know. And I hope you have an absolutely amazing and beautiful week. I look forward to seeing you next week. Namaste.